I thought of this question because of something that we had our tutorial today, and we spent a lot of time on some of the solos in Firebird, and we actually watched a video of Stravinsky conducting an orchestra himself, and we noticed that one of the solos, when he conducted, he took it really, really fast. But actually, you see, there's a tradition of some of these solos being taken way slower. And so my question is, how do you balance preserving tradition with orchestral playing, specifically with some really famous solos, with the need to have your own like artistic voice and a new take on things, and everyone's seeking that new sound, that innovation? How do you balance those two things?
You know, this is a balancing act, as you say, because sometimes the most innovative thing you can do is play what's on the page. Isn't that weird? That sometimes is the most revolutionary idea you can come up with, because it's so rare that gets done, actually, especially with those tempos. I mean, in the Firebird, the tempos they're fast, some of those. I mean, in the finale, there's that extraordinary bit where the brass fanfare starts, the kind of bell ringing, pom, 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 pim, pom, pom. That's marked at crotch equals 192. I mean, you never hear that. And so on the one hand, as musicians, we're standing on the shoulders of everyone who's come before us. And we're able now, thanks to the internet, to dial up basically any performance of the mid, 20th century onwards, and hear these forebears who have blazed the trail and gone through many different styles of interpretation. But it also comes back to the point that I made before about the music comes through the performer. So we are not, our job isn't to get out of the way. It's just to find our own way of expressing what we think the composer wants. But I think that has to be our driver, is what do we think the composer is trying to say? And how can we make it resonate with us? And I think that's what the great artists all have done. They've somehow connected so strongly with the music that it tells their story as well as the composer's story. And that's, I think, the balance. But don't underestimate how powerful it can be to try doing those marked tempos on the page and in scores.